OpenAI with ChatGPT is giving everyone, users and developers, the keys to new worlds in the AI universe. I was one who called this earlier in the year. They are building a platform for users to incorporate ChatGPT into more aspects across their daily lives. From DevDay, OpenAI announced a smarter AI chat experience, giving users access to apps including Booking.com, Canva, Coursera, Spotify, Zillow, and other apps. You can also incorporate a ChatGPT experience on your web properties and build agentic workflows with their visual agent builder. Connect your apps to ChatGPT and you can see a list of your connected apps by going to the bottom left corner, clicking on the icon, and then choosing Settings. Under Settings, choose Apps and Connectors, and you'll see what apps you have available to use with ChatGPT. If you want to use an app, in the chat field, type @ and it'll show you a list of suggestions. You can keep typing the app that you want to use and then paste in your prompt. So we're asking Spotify to build a wedding playlist for millennials with funk, R&B, and soul music from these various decades. The app found some playlists from Spotify, so I can click on any of these lists and it'll take me to the Spotify website and I can browse all the songs that are included in this playlist. I can add them to my own playlist, to my own library, or I can ask Spotify to create a custom curated sequence with these various stages of the wedding in mind. We're going to try this Canva app, prompting ChatGPT to create an Instagram post with an image about connecting apps to ChatGPT. These images aren't bad. Remember, I didn't provide specific guidance in my prompt for the style that I wanted, but you can click on each of these images for an enlarged view, and you can click on Open in Canva, and it won't create a Canva file until you click on that button to open it in Canva. So you can edit each of these elements, you can change the font. If we go back to our Canva homepage, we can see that it's been created here while none of the other images have been brought in. And again, that won't happen until you click on Open in Canva. Not only has OpenAI expanded ChatGPT capabilities, they now allow you to customize agentic chat experiences for your own web properties like an HR onboarding helper, research companion, shopping or scheduling assistant, etc. You can customize prompts, call tools, upload file attachments for internal knowledge base assistance. This is the ChatKit documentation. It will walk you through the process of building your own agentic chat. Here's a button that allows you to use a GitHub repo for your starter app. So you can clone that and start building. You can use the Agent Builder to build agentic workflows. We'll touch more on that in a minute. If you keep scrolling down, you can see all these instructions to install packages and identify your project directory. There's documentation for ChatKit docs on GitHub, where you can learn about handling authentication, customizing the themes, and other topics. There's software development kits for Python and JavaScript. And then you can also explore demos as well. So here's a demo for a world app where you can plan a journey to travel across the world, where it lets you pick different options. So we can engage with the chat here and continue to interact with the demo as it goes through the agent workflow. There's this widget builder where you can browse available widgets and build your own. You can take a look at the gallery they have available and build your widget based on their examples here, where it gives you the code. Open this widget in the widget editor, where it gives you a preview. So you can also download it, download the JSON file and customize it here. It gives you ideas and examples for all these UX components for different functionality like buttons, date pickers, checkboxes, layouts, typography, and content. You can also take a look at these icons for your chat widget. And then if we go back to the ChatKit documentation, there's this ChatKit playground as well. And in this playground, you can interact with different chat examples like this calendar event and customize all the settings in this left panel here. So you can see the chat agent going to work, looking through the calendar to find availability and prepare the invite. You can click on the buttons within the chat to interact with it, and we can go back to configure all these settings in the left panel if we want to add accents, tints, surface colors, change the font family, change the style, the start screen, the greetings, the placeholders. We can include an AI model picker where we can choose something different from GPT-5. We can also customize tools here. Like if we want to feature and pin the tool in the chat here, once we're done with all the configuration, we can go to the top of the left panel and click on the code to view everything and copy it so we can use it in our code. There are also some samples that you can view in GitHub and use for inspiration. Now we can go to the Agent Builder documentation. This is what you can use to build and visualize your agentic workflows. So there's all this documentation here. Here's what the interface looks like. We'll actually open it in a few seconds, but here's an overview. We'll open the Agent Builder. Agent Builder gives you these templates to choose from. We'll go with this internal knowledge assistant. In the left panel, you have all the components you can add, the core components, tools like file search, guardrails, MCP, logic components, as well as data components. These notes are good to annotate your workflow. We'll click on this internal Q&A component where we can change the name, include instructions, identify or define the model that we want to use. We can add a tool here. Since this is for an internal knowledge base, we can add a file search where we'll upload a file for the workflow to reference. You can name your vector store, then go down here and click on attach. And once you've configured everything, you can click on the preview mode. Right now it's disabled. It throws an error if you have not verified your organization, but you can do that in the OpenAI platform under the settings. In the top right corner here, you can verify your organization by just clicking on this button and going through that process. This is what the preview mode looks like for a flight agent. You provide an input for the flight, and then it begins to work through the classifier, determines whether to use the flight agent or the itinerary agent, and then it provides the JSON with all this data here. The Agent Builder allows you to evaluate performance of the workflow, so you can build agent evals from scratch, add components, add criteria for pass-fail. With automated graders or human annotations, you can optimize prompts within your workflow. You can trace the workflow to pinpoint any nodes that require optimization. If you found this useful, like the video and leave a comment. If you want more content on AI, workflow automation, and analytics, subscribe to the channel.